Awesome. All right. Well, good morning, everyone. This is going to be my senior capstone proposal. My name is Cyrus, and I'm going to be talking a bit more about 2D animation in a 3D world. So, a little bit about myself. My name is Cyrus, as I've just introduced myself to you. I'm actually a four-year student. I came in from LCC a while back, so I don't know if how that adds up properly, but we'll say I'm a four-year student for the sake of simplicity. I did graduate from Lelihua High School. That's out in Wahiwa. And I am in the creative media program of study with a concentration in video game design. So, as for my executive summary, my plan is to create an animation that focuses on hybridization. So, originally it was to just put 2D and 3D animation together. But as I had written my paper, I had become much more aware of many other styles of animation that could probably be utilized in a similar way. Exploring the evolution and adaptability of 2D animation and how it has been how it's been used in storytelling. My objective will be to showcase the different ways 2D animation can be utilized while telling a story, 2D animation and other forms, of course. And the significance of this project is to, oh, whoopsies. The significance of this project is to uncover different ways of utilizing 2D animation within modern animation. So my thesis statement was exploring the evolution of 2D animation in a 3D dominated world. 2D continues to adapt to modern storytelling capabilities. My objective and rationale for this research conducted was I wanted to showcase different ways 2D animation can be utilized while telling a story. And my rationale for the research conducted is that as a future video game designer, I want to be able to tell stories in ways no one's done before. I believe that the industry at the moment is undergoing a rapid metamorphosis, and I want to be able to make my way into it. By creating something that utilizes two or more different styles of animation, I hope to be able to uncover new ways to tell a story. And ideally, I'd like to be able to shape my own unique animation style and art style. So the plan that I have currently for my senior capstone is I plan on delivering a mock video game trailer that utilizes a hybrid animation style. As I work on this project, I want to be able to document my methods and my thought process so I can better understand what works and what doesn't. If along the lines I stumble upon something that I feel like I've made a mistake on, I'd like to be able to look back at what I've already done and maybe pivot to something a little bit differently, something that allows me to keep working on what it is that I'm envisioning. I've never really designed a video game myself. My coding is pretty lackluster at the moment, but I do have a bit of experience animating, and so I think this is the best way to showcase and improve upon my current skill set. So, as for the significance of this endeavor, it's to look for new ways to tell stories and finding new ways of incorporating 2D animation into my own work. 2D has always been seen as like tedious work, and for good reason. But I believe that it's being utilized in better ways now than it has ever been, and I want to see how far that particular medium can be taken. So future implications of this could be seen in like video games, virtual reality, and movies. This sort of different melding of animation styles has been used in movies a bit more recently, but I'd like to see it a lot. I would like to see it in video games as well. So as for the data that I presented for you today, I've got the box office history for Walt Disney, as well as the size of the animation market worldwide from 2020 to the future of 2030. The reason why I have this up here is to show at least what my claim is, that there might be some saturation in the current animation landscape in terms of films. And I think that Disney, being the biggest head of animation, at least in the known world at the moment, it could be seen that it's been dwindling ever so slightly. It's always been still successful, but like slowly, it feels like people might be losing interest. And this sharp decline, while it may be, while it might have happened because of COVID, there is still a slight decline in the numbers, but the animation market is still growing. So there's still a huge love and desire to produce more animated works, but it can't always be cookie cutter. There's a lot of things that are being done differently. Spider-Verse, Puss in Boots, all these movies, Arcane too. These films, movies, shows have came out and have changed the animation landscape. And I think this is the moment where it is where other artists are able to do something different and not have to feel too afraid of it, because a lot of things are super different right now. So why not? As for my target audience, the project would be to target other video game designers. I want to show others that niche art styles as well as older techniques can be just as impactful as ever. Video game designers is like kind of a huge like umbrella term. You could have sound designers, music designers. So I'm specifically targeting maybe character designers, background and environment illustrators, as well as animators. And my solution is I propose a project that showcases the use of this hybrid animation. This will showcase the malleability of the medium and will help to give more niche art styles a chance in the spotlight. So as for my preparation and process about how I want to go about this, I want to gather music, resources, storyboard, the idea that I have in my mind for what this video game trailer could look like. And once I have that all set in stone, then I could begin production, begin animating and timing everything together as I've seen it. Currently, the idea is to have different ways to tell this story used with different animation styles. 2D animation is seen as more like nostalgic, so I'm thinking, flashbacks. I can meld that with 2D animation. Maybe present can be more 3D, and future I can do like a mixture of the both of them. I really want to play with how these different art styles react feelings within the viewer. And as for my post-production, I should have a fully deliverable game trailer and hopefully a short series talking about the production itself. So while I'm working on the storyboard, while I'm working on the animation, I'd like to record my process so that I could sort of look back and see what worked and what didn't, because I'm gonna run into roadblocks on the way, no doubt. But it'd be good for people to just look at it and be like, okay, this didn't work, but this did work. Let's see how we can improve upon it. Let's see what we can avoid. And that's sort of the mentality that I have going on with this project. For this project, a couple of deliverable examples I have is over the course of my time here at West Oahu, I've been super immersed in making like landscapes, specifically with space. All of these examples that I'll be showing you are things that I've made, and I didn't want these things to just like collect dust. I wanted to be able to incorporate them in some way, just so it's not just one picture that I have to see. I'd like to be able to animate everything that I've made and sort of combine it together. So my current idea is to create some sort of racing styled video game in space where you're using the inertia of different planets and black holes and different things like that to just shoot across galaxies. And so I think that'd be really fun to make in an animation, like just something that's really playful, really fun, and also just really nice on the eyes. So here's like a black hole that I've created, nebulas that I've made as well. Something that I noticed while making it is, while the nebula itself is like more generated like procedurally using particles, I noticed that it kind of looks like a huge brush stroke. So I thought it'd be cool to like recreate something like this, but rather than just like generate it, maybe I could just like 2D paint like these strokes like on the screen and just have fun with that. It'd be an interesting way of using that art style. A couple of planets, just some rooms, just to showcase a little bit of what I have and what it might look like when I incorporate things together. None of these move right now at the moment, but I have them and I would like to use them in something greater than what they are now. And that's about what I've got.